The tragedy behind the Abu Dhabi finish line night at Yas Marina was supposed to be a jubilant celebration for McLaren, but the atmosphere inside the garage felt chilling and heavy with a profound sense of sorrow on one side. Lando Norris did indeed secure the 2025 Formula One World Championship with a total of 423 points, a monumental achievement for his career. However, right before his eyes, Oscar Piastri had to swallow a bitter pill as his dreams shattered into pieces due to an incredibly thin point margin. Piastri finished second in that race, but it wasn't enough to stem the tide of his teammates' points lead. Behind the team's victory smiles, there was a broken heart, because the Australian driver knew the crown was once within his grasp before a series of misfortunes snatched everything away at the final turn of an exhausting season. The brutal statistics that broke a heart. The world of racing is often dictated by numbers, and for Oscar Piastri, the 2025 figures felt like a dagger repeatedly piercing his heart. Imagine ending the season in third place with 410 points, trailing the champion Norris by only 13 points and falling just 11 points behind Max Verstappen in second. This grief is compounded by the fact that Piastri won 7 races, the exact same number achieved by Norris. Both fought with the same machinery, equal pace, and unshakable determination. Yet destiny had other plans. The consistency he had built collapsed in an instant.
Losing the world title by such a razor-thin margin after winning as many races as the champion is a psychological burden far too heavy for any young driver on the current grid to bear alone. Emotional sabotage via the team radio. The real drama exploded not on the track, but through the radio waves moments after the checkered flag waved in Abu Dhabi. Tom Stollard, Piastri's race engineer, attempted to offer sincere words of comfort to his devastated driver inside the cockpit. However, that sacred moment was crudely ruined by the interruption of McLaren CEO Zak Brown. With a tone deemed overly cheerful and tone-deaf, Brown jumped onto the frequency with overflowing excitement about how great the season was. For many, Brown's action was seen as a form of emotional sabotage because he seemingly ignored the mental destruction Piastri was experiencing. While the driver needed silence to reflect on his failure, he was forced to listen to his boss's euphoria, who appeared indifferent to the pain being felt. The stinging team player remark. One of the most controversial moments in that radio exchange was when Zak Brown referred to Piastri as an incredible team player. This phrase felt more like a sharp jab than a sincere compliment for Oscar, who had just lost everything. To a fighter hungry for victory, being called a team player while mourning the loss of a world championship due to team strategy is a veiled insult.
To Gas TV. It seemed to confirm that Piastri's role at McLaren was merely a support act for Norris's success, rather than an equal lead driver. The term team player reduced Piastri's individual brilliance to a mere pawn on Zak Brown's chessboard. This triggered global outrage among fans and F1 analysts, who viewed the comment as a complete lack of respect for the driver's hard work. Harsh criticism from legend Nico Rosberg. Nico Rosberg, the 2016 world champion who knows exactly what it's like to go to war against a teammate, could not hold back his sharp criticism of McLaren's attitude. Speaking on Sky Sports, Rosberg slammed Zak Brown's lack of empathy toward Piastri. Rosberg stated that this was the most devastating moment in a driver's career, and celebrating it the way Brown did was a massive leadership failure. According to Rosberg, Brown should have shown sympathy and acknowledged Piastri's pain rather than acting as if everything was perfect. This criticism carries immense weight because Rosberg has occupied that same seat and understands the toxic internal dynamics that arise when a team begins to show blatant favoritism toward one driver over the other. Traces of favoritism exposed once more. This radio incident seemed to reopen old wounds regarding allegations of favoritism within the McLaren garage throughout the 2025 season. Many observers turned their focus back to crucial moments where team strategy appeared heavily biased toward Lando Norris. The most painful examples include the team orders at Monza and several pit stop decisions that significantly compromised Oscar's track position. Although McLaren has consistently denied having a number 1 driver, Zak Brown's behavior in Abu Dhabi served as a visual confirmation for the public that an unwritten hierarchy exists. Fans are now questioning whether Piastri was truly given an equal chance to win, or if he was intentionally sacrificed to ensure Norris secured the title the Woking management craved. The collapse of a mid-season dominance. Looking back, Piastri's loss feels even more tragic considering how dominant he was after the Dutch GP. In August, Piastri led the standings with a very convincing 34-point advantage. He felt unstoppable, a sensation rarely felt by any driver facing Max Verstappen. However, motorsports is cruel. In a short span, that lead evaporated completely. A string of poor results in Austin, Mexico, and Sao Paulo destroyed his momentum. In a catastrophic 6-week period, he lost 47 points to his own teammate. The transformation from a title favorite to finishing third in the final standings was a dramatic and painful collapse, leaving massive questions about what truly happened behind the scenes during that specific period of the championship. The cold diplomacy of Oscar Piastri. Despite his heart being in pieces, Oscar Piastri maintained incredible class and professionalism in front of the media.
He didn't explode in anger or blame the team publicly, yet every word he spoke carried deep significance. Piastri subtly warned the team that he expects full fairness and total equality in the 2026 season. His statement that Lando Norris remains a human being and not Superman was a firm declaration that he does not feel inferior in the slightest. This cold diplomacy demonstrates Piastri's mental maturity, but it also sends a warning signal to Zak Brown that he will no longer accept being in the shadows. He demands the respect he deserves as a driver capable of winning 7 races in a single competitive season. Honest admission from the world champion. Interestingly, Lando Norris himself showed much more empathy than his boss. In a candid and touching admission, Norris acknowledged that he would not be world champion without the pressure applied by Piastri. Norris even admitted that at certain points mid-season, Piastri performed much better and more consistently than he did. This statement serves as a slap to those who consider Piastri a mere supporting driver. Norris knows he was fortunate to win, and he warned the team that eventually Piastri would inevitably beat him because of his immense talent. The relationship between the two drivers might remain intact, but Norris's honesty highlights the injustice of the situation Piastri faced under Zak Brown's management.
Facing an explosive future. Now, as the dust settles in Abu Dhabi, McLaren must prepare to manage the most dangerous dynamic in Formula One, having 2 championship-caliber drivers in one team. The scars left by the Abu Dhabi radio message and Piastri's agonizing failure are predicted to be the fuel for the Australians' revenge in 2026. Zak Brown may try to perform damage control with post-race embrace photos, but the tension beneath the surface can no longer be hidden. The public is waiting to see if McLaren can manage the egos of its 2 stars, or if this drama will explode into a civil war that destroys the team from within. One thing is certain: Oscar Piastri will no longer accept that team player label if it means losing his dream of being the best.